What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So listen, look, this is where we at, people. You see the title of the broadcast, and yes, AG Pam Bondi is not playing games out here. She's not playing games. Listen, look. The new AG says she's going to sue New York for upholding that crap up there, going against taxpaying citizens and trying to pay these illegals to live there. So listen, look, we're going to dive off into this. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
As we've been on the air, the Attorney General is announcing the Trump administration is now filing charges against the state of New York and its top officials. Why? Watch this.
New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today. New York didn't listen. So now you're next.
So part of this immigration push from the Trump administration, but it comes as we're also seeing immigrant rights advocates led by the ACLU file their own suit asking a federal judge to require the Trump administration to give migrants detained at Guantanamo Bay, migrants including the ones you're seeing here, access to lawyers. So yet another lawsuit now against something that President Trump or his administration has done. And you've already seen the way that federal courts have slowed.
Okay, hold on here. So my question is, so are we... Okay, so we're giving people that are here illegally access to the right to have legal representation, basically. And half you people out there barely get legal representation when y'all get locked up. So, I mean, like, what are we talking about here?
Or stopped or held up in some capacity some of the other moves that the Trump administration has tried to take, setting up what could be a high-stakes showdown between the executive and judicial branches of government. President Trump, right before we came on the air, talking about that tonight. Watch.
I follow the courts. I have to follow the law. All it means is that we appeal. But that gives people time to cover their tracks.
I want to bring in Gabe Gutierrez, who looks like he's outside the West Wing of the White House now tonight, Gabe. And let's start with this lawsuit now that it is a civil suit, I believe, that the DOJ is filing against the state of New York. And really, it's kind of a microcosm of this clash that the Trump administration has had, that the president himself has had with the city of New York, the state of New York, as it relates to immigration now for a while.
Yeah, that's right, Hallie. Yes, greetings from a wet and rainy West Wing here outside the White House. But yeah, Attorney General Pam Bondi really, arguing that the Trump administration really trying to back up what it's been doing thus far, backing up Elon Musk and saying that that the administration is merely going by the will of the people. A lot of millions of people voted for Donald Trump, and we've heard the administration over and over again trying to make that case that, in their words, what they view as activist judges trying to get in the way of what this administration is doing. The Attorney General is not shy at all about saying that this could go all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. And we expect that to play out not just in this case, Hallie, but in many of the other legal challenges and legal battles that we see playing out.
Now, okay, so let's say it does go all the way to the Supreme Court. My problem is with this is that why are these judges trying to block certain things? Now, we know that they're uncovering a lot of money going to places that with blank checks and all this other type of thing like that. Elon clearly said that when he was in the Oval Office with Trump, people that's been getting paid money for 150 years or something like that, 100 and something years. Like, come on, man. People that's been getting paid money for 20 years that did some type of contract work that ended, but it really never ended. They just kept getting paid. Man, listen, look. So with all these entities that are getting all this money up under the table, and I could see how people would be mad. I could see how, some of these judges out here, politicians, things like that, they've been maneuvering a lot of money around this joint for decades. And it's a lot of people involved, not just here at home, also overseas. It's a lot of people involved in getting money off the United States out here, getting our taxpayer money, have been for decades, A lot of people
in Washington and across the country right now, Hal.
We also heard Pam Bondi, again, the new AG, talk about Elon Musk and the lawsuits the administration is facing as we talk about these legal challenges here on some of the executive orders that Musk and his Doge group, Department of Government Efficiency, are tasked to carry out.
Yeah, that's right. And she says that she will back up Elon Musk and what the Department of Government Efficiency is doing. Of course, we heard from Elon Musk for the first time, taking questions since President Trump took office, right behind me here in the West Wing. And he was emphatic that this is a mandate that the Trump administration was given by the American people. So we've heard over and over again from the White House that they plan to fight this vigorously, and they expect to be vindicated in court, Howard.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking.
All right, so we're going to keep it moving. You heard what they had to say about that particular situation there, and we got more. And we're going to go here now and check out more of the situation because this is wild right here. These people have been taking money all this time, of course, up under our nose. Listen, look, man, we can't just necessarily trust a entity as big as the government, you know, with a lot of people, you know, running it and stuff. I mean, let's just be honest here, you know, like this information or not. Yes, you know, just subconsciously, we already knew that some people were taking money. Of course, it can't be all, but, you know, let's just be honest here. The majority of people are taking money, and it just is what it is out here.
Breaking news, the Justice Department coming after New York. Attorney General Pam Bondi just announcing a lawsuit against the state. We thank you so much for joining us right now at 7 o'clock. I'm Natalie Pascarella. Now, the charges are over the state's immigration policies. We have News Force Melissa Russo joining us live from our newsroom at this hour. Melissa, Bondi claiming that New York is violating federal laws.
Yes, Natalie, the news announced late this afternoon is the latest effort by the Trump administration to force so-called sanctuary cities and states to cooperate more fully with federal immigration laws, setting New York up for an intensifying showdown, at least on the state level, with the feds, just as Mayor Eric Adams reached a deal with them.
We did it to Illinois. Strike one. Strike two is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next.
Attorney General Pam Bondi today says New York's so-called green light laws block police agencies from sharing motor vehicle data with the feds on immigration-related matters. Bondi says the lack of information puts the feds and the public at risk.
New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today.
The news comes as President Donald Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, heads to New York City tomorrow morning to meet with Mayor Eric Adams. Homan says he wants more help from the NYPD in tracking down undocumented criminals.
Now, I could definitely see that. And yes, in a city that large like New York, he would need the help. New York needs to go ahead on and try to get rid of this sanctuary situation. A lot of these places do. You know, and it just is what it is here. We're trying to clean house out here, and these people sitting around here playing boo-boo the fool.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Now, also, I'm wondering here on the back end of this situation, my question here is, why are these people so gung-ho to keep holding on to these sanctuary laws, even though their own constituents, the taxpayer citizens, are saying, no, we want to stop this? So the people that pay you are telling you to stop this crap, but you're going to keep upholding for the people that don't pay you. What is the incentive here? Who's actually getting paid what? Because it's all about the money. I don't care what nobody want to talk about out here. All this is about the money. So somebody getting some money somewhere to keep upholding this crap. Listen, look, man, I'm sorry. I just can't see the governor of New York and the district attorney up there, and also with Chicago, Johnson and the governor there. Like, I can't see them keep upholding this stuff when their constituents are telling them no. But it's gotta be some money somewhere. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it out here. It's gotta be some money going somewhere. Seriously. And it's gotta be enough money for them to want to walk through the fire like that. Let's just be real.
Look, I'm coming up there Thursday to meet with the mayor. Either he comes to the table or we go around him. But he promised to, he's all in on arresting public safety threats are here illegally.
But Homan says he's not counting his pennies just yet, perhaps because Mayor Adams is under a microscope right now, vowing he is not undermining the city's sanctuary city laws in exchange for leniency.
I would never put any personal benefit above my solemn responsibility as your mayor.
New York's sanctuary laws prohibit city agencies.
Listen, man, Mayor Adams playing games out here. You know what I'm saying? He need to try to figure out how to actually get rid of those laws. He need to figure that. He need to start figuring that shit out. Listen, look, dude. Hey, Mayor Adams out there. You playing games, bro. You playing games. Nobody got time for games. They already trying to get you on board, stuff like that, trying to help you drop a few charges out here. Because we all know you did, you know, smart people know you got railroaded by your own party, but you trying to, man, listen, look, hey, Mayor Adams, man, you listen, look, bro, you need to make up your mind, son.
From partnering with the Department of Homeland Security to enforce federal immigration law. Police can help ICE with arresting criminals who are wanted for crimes, but not with deporting criminals after they've been jailed for crimes, though Mayor Adams has said for years that he'd like to change that. The city council, however, does not.
And the evolving pronouncements from the federal government have highlighted the need to clear up misperceptions.
The city's guidance to workers has been controversial. The latest version issued this week spells out city workers must ask for a judicial warrant before allowing ICE onto city property. But previous guidance did not specify what kind of warrant was required. It told city workers if they feel threatened, they should let ICE in, and that it's a federal crime to conceal a person unlawfully in the U.S. Despite public relations out of D.C. and a lot of fear on the ground in migrant communities, city officials insist ICE has not come into any schools, nor has it conducted any raids except in search of criminals.
Other than picking up criminals, is there any other change that you're aware of in how ICE is operating in New York City since President Trump took over?
No, I'm not aware of any other way, and we haven't seen any other directions or indication of that.
The administration is focused on illegal immigrants who have committed crimes. But if they are with other illegal immigrants at the time that ICE is picking them up, those too may get swooped up because they are in this country illegally.
The level of fear is incredibly high. But in terms of the tactics and numbers, we haven't seen those changes yet.
Still, Professor Alina Das, who you just heard from, says that she's concerned that the messaging from Mayor Eric Adams has been confusing and in some cases inaccurate.
Yo, I mean, is she lying? Hey,
what the French toast is there to think about?
Is she lying though? Yeah, Adams been walking borderline around here for a hot second, man. If we just start paying attention to what the fuck Adams is saying. I mean, let's just keep this real here. You know, it's crazy. Hold on, let's keep going just a second.
She reminds New Yorkers that undocumented people living in the U.S. have a constitutional right, and that before there were sanctuary city laws, people were afraid to report crimes. As for the Attorney General's newly announced lawsuit naming Governor Kathy Hochul and State Attorney General Letitia James, as well as other New York State officials, we are still awaiting responses.
Okay, so, all right. This is where we at with this. And, you know, the thing of this is yes, Adams need to cut the crap out there because regardless of what, they're coming for New York. AG Bondi ain't playing around. They're coming for New York. Chicago's next on the line, you know what I'm saying, of announcing, and a lot of other places. They hadn't even got to California yet. Let's keep this in mind now. They haven't even got to California yet. You know, I'm guessing because they still trying to figure out what's going on with California, all these fires and stuff. And we haven't even been talking about that lately either. You know, we still need to find out if the fire's still burning out there. But, you know, yeah, it's crazy. But listen, look, the new AG, she not playing around. She's about business. I like her. She's about business. I like her. Hey.
So what the French coach is there to think about?
Oh, yeah, I said it. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.